Welcome back to the second installment of today's video, worrying about things that might never happen. If you want to see the first installment, then click on the link above and it will take you straight there. I want to dive straight into the rest of the video. However, before we do, just briefly want to focus on a few numbers here. In fact, one specific number. I'm going to refresh the page. I'm looking at a website called Worldometer or Worldometer. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it tells you about all sorts of things that are going on around the world. And this page is about coronavirus. There are some really scary numbers on there. I'm not going to focus on those. We have to be mindful of those. Of course we do, because it helps us in the fight. However, and we're hearing about those numbers all the time. This is the number I want to focus on. The amount of people that have recovered from COVID-19 already. So today's date is the 2nd of April 2020. The amount of people that have recovered from COVID-19 as of this point, 210,590 people. That is a lot of people. That's a big number. And it's one it should fill us with optimism, hope. It gives us light at the end of the tunnel. And do you know what? In every fight, yes, we've got the other figures that are terrifying the life out of us around the world, and we've got a fight on our hands, and we need to be mindful of those figures. But with every fight, we need hope and optimism, and that number gives just that. So I'm gonna be focusing on that number rather than the others. We'll be mindful of the others, but that is the one I'm moving towards. And with that in mind, let's crack on with the rest of today's video. The second point is this. What if it does happen to you? Do your research. You might get only mild symptoms. Going back to what I was saying before, 1 to 10, you might only be a 1, or you might be a 10 and end up in hospital or worse. Nobody can guarantee anything, but until that time happens, just do your research, and you might only, if you get the illness at all, you might only get it very, very mildly. So panicking, worrying and stressing about something that might never happen is a massive, massive waste of time and energy and life. What's the point of it? Don't get it. So that's point number 2. Don't worry about things that might never happen. The third point is this. We are getting lots and lots of information from social media, from the government, from the press, all sorts of areas. And some of the information we're hearing is that we might have the military deployed onto our streets, which is potentially as terrifying, because the last thing we want is for people, the military with guns on our streets, martial law, curfews. But you know what? I heard that at one of the government meetings after the press conference, and the press were reporting that the military are now on a state of alert and they're ready to be deployed. That was a month ago. Everyone's panicking that I saw it on social media. This shit is real, and the military, the pictures of people, the military walking through the streets. Do you know what? The government will be looking at worst case scenarios, and they need to be in a state of readiness, and that's what we're looking at, really. Yes, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Of course, nobody does at the minute. We are in uncharted territories. But we just need to apply a bit of reality, some common sense, some sensibility to the information that we're being fed. And you know what? The government, I think they're doing the best job they possibly can. And I don't care what side of the political spectrum you come from, because whether it's the government you do or you don't want. And you know what? Even if it was the government that you did want, but they're not there now, I don't care who they are. Any government that's in power will be trying to do the best for this country, for the people of this country, for the health of this country, for the economy of this country, and actually for the world in a wider view. So yeah, just to have a little bit more faith the people are just trying to do what's right by other people and bring this country back on its feet as quickly as possible. That is not a party political broadcast in any sense at all. It's just saying, look, chill out a bit. The government, whoever they might be, are looking at worst case scenarios and just making sure they are in a state of readiness. And if they do deploy the military, well, look, do you know what? They actually have deployed the military. And that is to transport medical supplies to places that they need to go. So they're already doing a sterling job, as are all of our frontline key workers, the police, the health services, the fire services, the people who work in shops, the people that come around and collect our refuse. There are too many to name right now, and I'm sorry if I haven't named you, but they are all doing a fantastic job in keeping this country running while we are all tucked away in our homes. So the government is doing the very, very best they possibly can. Try not to worry about the information that you're being fed, because sometimes we get bite-sized pieces of information, and if it's on social media, especially on social media, it gets sensationalized and you'll see the army marching through the streets. Well, actually, they're just going from one place to another, and they're making sure they're ready for the next thing they need to do. They're not out on the street with guns ready to shoot you as soon as you open the door and try and breathe a bit of fresh air. That's not happening anytime soon, and hopefully will never ever happen. So just apply a bit of reality to the current situation when you hear this, the information that you're hearing, and just just maintain your control of your boundaries and what your area of influence. Stress comes from a lack of control, as I've said before. So if you just take care of what you can control, and everyone else does the same, applies some common sense, consideration, and just be careful, then we're going to be okay. Don't stress about things. They might never happen. And finally, if it does happen, if the worst does happen, I don't know when. If it does, I don't know. Nobody does. I don't have a crystal ball. But if things do start to get bad, then let's just take one step at a time. And never has this phrase, the old wartime phrase, keep calm and carry on, never has it applied more than it has now in this is the first time in our lifetimes that phrase applies right now. So just keep calm, carry on, and take one step at a time. Don't forget, keep applying the 3 C's. I hope you find what I'm saying helpful. If you do, then please do feel free to share it with other people that might also find it helpful. If you like what I'm doing, please do hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be uploading more and more videos, and if you hit the bell, that will let you know when I do upload more videos. So don't forget to hit the bell button. If you have any comments, any thoughts, then do please put them in the comments section below. If you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them, and possibly even make another video based on one of the comments. So I hope this helps. That's me for now. I won't say I'll see you next week, because usually that's what I'll say, but don't know when I'm going to do the next video. I'll try and do them as quickly and as often as possible. So that's me for now, and I'll see you in the next video.